Well, happy Monday. A lot of you guys are probably going to work because you know what, and it's gonna be a good night. It's Game 5.
Happy
tonight.
Game 5 day. Let's go.
Happy Game 5 day at home in Dallas. Late tip tonight, 8:30. We'll talk more about the series and some stuff in the next 20 minutes, 10 minutes, however long we go today. But happy for Luka Doncic though. He gets his signature shoe. We've been talking about it for a long time of like, hey, when's he going to get it? Obviously, Zion got it, first with Jordan and this kind of new crop of Jordan brand athletes. And I loved his Instagram story today. He said, dream come true,
Seriously.
Ever since a kid. And I think we lose the personal side of this sometime because he's such a superstar and one of the faces of the NBA at such a young age. But this is the dream, right? To have your own signature shoe, not just for any brand out there. We're talking about for Jordan brand. Like, this is huge for him.
Is that a big deal? Explain to people why that's a big deal. I know we've done this before when it was announced that Luka was going to get a signature shoe, but why is a signature shoe special? Like, why is that different than some of the other shoes we've seen where this guy gets his own version of a different shoe or something like that?
Yeah, it's just, you look at Nike. Back when I used to work for Nike, we would debate, who's going to be the next like signature athlete? And because there's just a handful.
You know who else did that when you were an employee at Nike?
Who?
Nico Harrison, the Mavs president of basketball operations, was doing that same thing at Nike when you were.
Yeah, so like you have Kobe obviously and LeBron and KD. And I remember when they added Paul George and, his basketball shoe came out and it was a little cheaper and it was a good price point for a lot of people. And it's like, oh, this is cool. Then Kyrie's were super popular, especially with kids. But that's about it at that point. And you look at the Jordan brand side and, looking at, Westbrook, led the way there, obviously Chris Paul, Carmelo, and that wave is kind of like moving on, right? Like they're almost out of the league. And it's just, you look at brands, obviously some smaller brands, like they'll hand out signature shoes left and right
to stars like Kyle Kuzma.
Exactly. But when you look at Jordan brand, you look at, Nike, you look at, Adidas has, a Dame and Harden, and I think Trey has his own, and Under Armour has a couple, with Embiid and Curry, but it's a big deal. And for Jordan brand specifically, it's like, all right, Zion got his, which is kind of wild because he hadn't really done anything. And the next people in line was Luka and probably Jason Tatum coming up in the near future too. So big time for Luka. And it drops on TikTok. We got the release date, a while back, June 30th. We talked about it this year, but it drops on TikTok, both in Luka's TikTok, the Mavs TikTok. And I'm like, I follow Nike's press releases pretty close, and I hadn't got anything, hadn't seen anything from Jordan brand. I was like, all right, this is interesting that they're just dropping it on TikTok, but cool day for Luka.
To me, it seemed like a leak. It seemed like the Mavs leaked it, right? Like it was almost premature because there was the video was like all these different tweets from people that were like, release the signature shoe. Where's Luka's signature shoe? And then finally they're like, all right, here it is. And then they posted this picture of like this sideways like angle of the shoe, and it's weird because it's looking like from the sole instead of from the top or the front or something like that. It's just it was kind of strange. It was almost like they weren't supposed to, but it was released. Then later that day, Jordan brand released the actual press release. We got actual real pictures of it and everything. What's your thoughts on it? We'll throw up a picture right here on the podcast, but what's your thoughts on it? I'll try to explain it best I can for the audio people. If you're listening on podcasts, you've probably already seen it, but it has it's a black shoe with the white kind of, rubber around the soles with blue accents here and there. You have the speckled black, like paint splatter stuff that you see on all the like custom shoes people make. And then it has like this, back and forth zigzag, like snake looking, texture on the top of it. The tongue is like this, I don't know. Remember those like journals we used to have like when we were kids, where you push you push the plastic and it like changes all space sparkly colors and it like changes around. It's like a purple and green. There's all kinds of stuff on this shoe. What do you think about it?
Yeah, it's kind of like a holographic, tongue there. About the only predictions I had for it going into it was like, obviously his logo is going to be on it, but it was going to be a low top. And this isn't a high top shoe. You see how much he loved. We're getting really technical in the shoes here in a second. So if you don't care about shoes, but how much he loves.
I'll put chapters in this.
In the the low tops, he loves playing in those elements, and this looks like a similar vibe to that. So one of the small things on the inside, it has Latin, has this kind of green letters on the inside of the shoe of this saying, and obviously I'm not going to pronounce this right, but it basically says non diestas non exeris. But basically it means don't give up, never surrender. So, or never give up, never surrender on that. So I thought that was a cool, I love seeing signature shoes and seeing all the like little details,
personal touches.
When I worked at Nike, that was one of the cool things. When like a new KD would come out, we'd get like trained on it, and we'd see like the bottom of the shoe was like a map of like his like hometown. It's like you would never even know that if you didn't just like really look into the shoe. So I haven't seen any of the like super big details of the shoe by Luka, but I thought there was something, obviously I love looking at some of the technology of the shoe. Well, I love seeing some of the technology of the shoe, and it has this new ISO plate kind of technology in it, and it's kind of just for the midfoot. So it's supposed to like it's supposed to wrap the midfoot to help the front and back movement. It's this brand new stuff. It has this new Jordan 23 foam.
It's a plate that's in the sole, like on the bottom, or it's on the sides.
Yeah, so I'll just read from the Nike website here. It says the isoplate foot frame wraps up the lateral forefoot to keep players contained over the footbed, helping secure the foot when going from front to back.
What am I, a podiatrist? How am I supposed to know all these foot terms?
You gotta know these things.
I guess so.
But no, it has the flight wire cables on the side. It's just obviously Luka played in. This is something that if we had truth serum, it just feels weird going back to the whole like rollout of this. I wonder if there was some type of misstep of either Luka planned to wear them and there was like a miscommunication of it, and which he did wear them in the game the other day. And it was it was very quick after the TikTok, drop of the shoe. I mean, what was an hour or so later, then all the pictures started coming out. I wonder if there was some type of rollout and either some people got some pictures of him or he warmed up in them or something happened to like speed it up super quick, because a signature shoe is such a big deal that, normally you see some like hype and stuff around it. But I personally, whatever Luka would have rolled out there as the Luka 1, I'm going to buy it. Okay. That's a no brainer. And real quick, from what you were saying earlier, what's the difference between the signature shoe and like a PE? You can wear like the difference is a lot of players wear the Jordan 35s, but then you can like slap your logo on it, like what Jason Tatum's doing right now. There's all these different colorways, and they can be custom to like what you want, the colorways, but then you just have your logo on it. It's what Luka's been doing with the elements and Jordan 35s and all this stuff. The whole different part of this is the actual Luka 1. We've seen different, like, there was some Jordan 1s that came out a while back that was like Luka themed. Then there was the Cosmics. Then there was, Luka PEs.
That one you have behind you.
Yeah. So yeah, these are Luka PEs. So this shoe is the actual Luka 1. So I'm really curious what the different colorways are going to look like. But I love this first shoe. I love it. And, any black shoe, I love black on shoes is the best, but for me. But anyway, gray shoe, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to snag some this summer.
Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you like the shoe? Are you going to buy the shoe? What don't you like about the shoe? Let us know in the comments below.